Hey, hey, hey. How is everyone doing? It's Friday night. The feeling's right. What we got on? Let's see. Got some people, some patrons. I've got my glasses on tonight and I can see my reflection and the reflection of everything. Let's see. So let's see what we got going on. You got Crystal Light, Heather, Valerie, Connie, Pam, Messman, Christopher Tallon. Let's see. Susan's here. Sally's here. Dana, Carrie, Tammy, Sweetness, Christina. Very good. Yeah. Oh, Briar, very nice. I love all of you. It's so nice. It's our little family. Still on 2 devices. Okay. I don't know. Let me just do this real quick. Let me welcome. Let's do that. I always like to do that first. Welcome 2 new patrons, Mark Evans and Whitney Bailey. Mark Evans and Whitney Bailey. Welcome. Roger, you are alive. Good. If you were not and you were still typing, then it's an amazing feat. So, welcome to the new patrons, Mark and Whitney. And I would like to discuss the group session. I'd like to discuss what we're going to try for this month. There's also some other things going on that, given me a little hope with some stuff. It's kind of nice. Lizzie's here. Cool. Excellent. Hey, Lizzie. I'm just drinking my Frosty. Randy, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, hope, giving me hope. So just kind of gathering my thoughts. I'm all alone tonight. Ava's with my mom, going to do some fun things, and then Nikki went to a friend's house with the baby. So I am, if any of you lag, close the window and come back. That's what Tammy's saying. So if any of you are having a lag, close it and open it up again, I guess she's saying. I don't even know what I was saying. That's how quickly I can lose my train of thought. I know. Yeah, right. I don't think I'm ever alone. Thank you. You helped me bring that back, Roger. Yeah, I'm actually, because I'm without other physical bodies in the house tonight, I am thinking of doing a session. And so we'll see. If I do one, it's probably going to be addressing the Alma and Frank saga there. So I might do that. I also wanted to do a session where I was going to turn on a bunch of different things and really explore and experiment with the different apps and different, I've been using the SCD2 with the portal, and I kind of get into that habit of using what of course works. And there's other features on the box that I don't always, I've used them all before and I've gotten results from everything, some more than others. But when you find that one, you do that first session that gives you all kinds of responses, you kind of stick with that. And that's what I've been using. But I've noticed that it's clear sometimes and then it's really hard to hear. So I was thinking about playing around with that tonight, but then I thought to myself, I don't know, maybe I should not put off dealing with or addressing Alma and talking and really dealing with, I'm not dealing with Frank in any way that I'm being troubled. I'm not experiencing trouble in any kind of way. I'm not hearing any messages that are too troubling, but I have heard a few things. And even in just this group session that we just did, I heard some stuff. So you're having issues. Hard to tell because there's so many facts. Okay. Oh, you're saying that, Crystal. But yeah, Sally's having internet issues. No issues here. Okay. Me too. I keep rebooting. That sucks. Good here. Some people are not. I hate that. I hate when it's what do you think of the Kinect system? Well, I mean, Randy, I had that. I mean, I just sold it. I mean, I had the SLS, which was the original Kinect system. So, I mean, that is, and I got results off of that, and then I didn't anymore, or I didn't get much anything, going on with it. And I saw that the Kinect system was a viable option. It wasn't as expensive as the SLS, and that people were getting some things happening with it. To be honest, I want to play more around with my baby monitor than I do an SLS or anything like that. And I have one, and I might just stick it in here. I might do that. I might stick the baby monitor in the shot in the session. I don't know. I'm really thinking about playing around. That showed stick figures. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, Randy. I mean, that's what the SLS device that I had that I just sold did, and I had for the longest time. I have videos of using it and had some great results. And I've seen others use the Kinect system, and it's very cool. Yeah, no, there's a few videos with mine on there. Nanny cam, yeah. You see these videos of these cheap nanny cams picking up amazing orbs or figures and things like that. So tonight I'm going to try that, something happened the other night that really bothered me. Not to the point that I lost sleep over, but it was a moment. I was watching TV. Nikki was asleep, and she was on the couch next to me. And I heard, pitter patter from down the hall, and it was Ava, and she came running from her room. And, she looked like she had seen a ghost. And she says, someone just woke me up and was whispering to me. They said, come here. And when they did that, she turned around and kind of faced the wall in her bed. And then whoever it was, went up behind her and went right on her, on her back, and she felt it on her pajamas. She was very descriptive. She woke from a dead sleep. So, I mean, yeah, it's happened, things like that, very rarely. But yeah, she was and she was afraid because she was startled, and whoever it was not being very considerate. They weren't saying anything nasty, but that they were not being considerate. Now, it could have been an adult being a dickhead. Could have been a child, of some kind or something. I don't know. Who knows what it was? For all I know, it could have been Frank, But, she stayed out with Nikki for a few minutes, and then I went into her room by myself. And the minute that happens, there's a radiating energy off me that I'm I don't know, it's extra spiritual energy. I just feel it radiating off me, and I feel my hair standing up because it's not energy from them. It's energy from me that I'm no, we're not playing that, And so I went in there and I said, quietly, of course I said it, but sternly, I said, whoever that was better exit this room immediately. in the name of Jesus Christ, you have no right to ever touch or talk to my daughter unless you're an approved guide or spirit that would never do anything like that. So, immediately leave. I am not playing that game, And then she came in, and it's important you don't let her sleep in your bed, or it's important you walk her right back into the room. And because if you let her sleep in the bed, you're letting your child know, unintentionally, subconsciously, you're letting them know that there is something wrong and that you could sleep in our bed. It's important to go right back in there and to put that to bed immediately, like literally, and stop it. So I stayed with her, and we stayed in the bed, and I said, okay, I said, this is what I said, I said, this is another example. I said, I told her, I said, you've asked to do sessions with me before. And I told you it's important that before you ever do sessions when you're older, okay, you need to learn how to communicate with Jesus. And that needs to be your first go-to. And I said, now we've prayed, but now I need you to state right now what you want. I said, what is it that I said, you set the rules. I said, you talk to Jesus. No one gets in the way of that. And you have more power than them. And, but, and I said, okay, now you state it. I said, what is it that you don't want? And she says, I don't want to be bothered or woken up like that. I said, okay. I said, so then you tell Jesus that right now. And she goes, Jesus, I don't want to be bothered or woken up. Please, protect me. And I said, there you go. Now that's what you have to do. I said, you can always call out that name. That name will always be listened to. He will always listen to you. So, hey, Lonnie. So that's what we did. She went to sleep. She was fine, and nothing happened again. But yeah. And so there was some things that came through on the group session that I find very interesting. I agree. You had her stand her ground. That's what I did with Cash. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Now what you just said, you said to her gives me goosebumps. Oh, good. I'm glad I can give you some goosebumps, Sally. My kids always slept either in my bed or in my room, but not because they feared anything, just wanted to be with me. And you know what? That's perfectly fine. I mean, that co-sleeping, or that, whatever they call that, I mean, that's okay. We've never done that. I mean, I've let her sleep in my bed sometimes. When I do sessions in here, when I do, lives and things like that, I let her sleep in my bed because I don't want to wake her up. But if there's a situation, and I learned this from a child counselor or psychologist I've talked to about this with kids, you got to address it, and you got to teach them early. Sometimes it can be loved one that doesn't realize they are scaring them. Right. And I understand that, but normally a voice saying, come here, whispering, and then giving them a raspberry, on their back going, whatever, probably not the smartest thing to do. It does sound a little creepy, it isn't cool. It isn't cool. So that's why, I wasn't playing that. There was a better way to handle that. What do you mean there was a better way to handle that? With what? Oh, there was a better way for them to do it. You mean the spirit? Is that what you're saying? I think that's what you're saying, Crystal. I don't know. The spirit hint. Right. That's what I thought. I just would like to say that you have taught me to ask for Jesus and the light when we feel we need protection, and it has helped me feel stronger and empowered over and over again. Well, I mean, that's all I ask, Dana, is that Jesus uses me in the way that he sees fit, and whatever is needed. And if that means it's a simple thing like, like that, or, whatever, I'm grateful. So, I'm still trying to learn that. I need to continue to remember to learn to go to my higher power. And I'm using the word higher power because I'm trying to be respectful of others that necessarily don't accept Jesus as their savior. But, I'm just, But to go to your higher power is really the whole point in life. The whole point in life, there's a million different experiences to be had in life. There's all kinds of pleasurable and unpleasurable things that happen. There's the human condition, but the one, the most important aspect of this existence in a physical body and an avatar is that we seek God, our God, and we are seeking an experience with him, with our God. And so, that's it. And what's nice about that is this: I'm learning from all different, gurus and scribes and different, wise men and spiritual men from all different religions, that you're going to be always confused about God. There's always going to be a misunderstanding about God. So if you think that there's going to be a day that you're going to understand him, it, she, whoever that is for you, source, then you're joking yourself. And I joke myself a lot. I don't realize it, but I have these expectations thinking that things are going to be a certain way. The fear of God is important. I don't know, Roger, I'm going to correct you on that one, brother. Fear is just not an energy that we need to experience unless there's a lion coming running at us. There's survival fear that will tell us to be careful, but there's no fearing God. It shouldn't be a fearing God. I mean, that seems more like and I'm not like attacking you, Raj. I'm just kind of giving you my take on it. It's always just my take, and it doesn't mean it's right. I'm just stating that, a respect for God, sure, Sally, but God is love. So if God is love, then there's really no place for the fear to be there. So I mean, that's like saying my kids need to fear me. I would hate if my kids feared me. That would be horrible. I want them to love me. You know what I'm saying? I had to find God myself and had to protect myself when I got a bit older. There was no spirituality in my family. They just thought I was nuts. And that's a heck of a journey right there, Lizzie, to really go on that journey and it's finding our own truth, our own higher power. So let's go through this, guys. I want to just talk about these responses, just a few. I mean, it's not too bad, too long, I should say. I said something, I asked them about who's here or whatever. They said, normally we don't have them wake them up. Referencing about sleeping again, there's something about sleeping. My kids feared my wrath. Oops. I mean, yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Randy. You got to keep them in line with certain things. I understand, but I hope my kids respect me. I just hope they don't have to fear me. Okay, so here we go. The next one was, I marked pretty much every one of these, and there was a few that I marked that I didn't get until afterwards. I put them in the post, but I'll go over them. So let's see. Can't she decide? I don't know exactly what I had. Oh yeah, I was asking for Ashley. I was asking for her friend Tina. And she said, can't she decide? Maybe Ashley was kind of going back and forth, or I don't know what that meant, but it was right after, and I felt like it had something to do with it. Then I heard Carol believed. I don't know if I had a Carol on the list, but it really sounded like, wait, what is that? Lord, help me to remember that nothing is going to happen to me today that you and I together can. That's beautiful prayer. So yeah, it said Carol believed, and I don't know, that was at 8:31, I think. Yep. And I felt like that meant something for someone. Nancy would have liked this. Went to the light. I don't know who those were for, but I feel like they were. I asked about someone being here, and they said, though we're not from here. Let's see. I asked about them, I said thank you to the guides and providing a connection, and that's it. And they said that's all we've done. All we've done is help provide the connection. So that was cool. Let's see. Now this is what gets me interested. You hear "get him out," very clear. Get him out, and then he won't hide, or he wouldn't hide. Are they talking about Frank? You think? Because in that session when I talked about Frank and the whole thing, they said, start the process. He's got to go. Get him out of here. That kind of thing. So that's interesting. When did group session come out? Today? Yes, Randy. Group session's up. Did you not get the post? Did someone say they were leaving? Oh, Steve. Hey, guys. Just want to say hi. I'm going to bed. Good night. Hey, Steve. Hi and good night, sir. Yeah, so the group session did go up today. Hold on, let me just see who else. Yeah, so I thought of Frank. The ghosts are edgy, they said at one point. That was interesting. I thought that was funny. They're edgy. I cannot hear. So I asked for Catherine Montalbano's friend Lisa, and some woman said, I cannot hear. So I don't know. These are the types of responses we're going to get. We're not going to get anything too crazy, too long. Sometimes you can get 2 or 3 from the same loved one, and that's always great. Oh, you haven't seen it yet either, Connie? Oh, you're going to, okay. That's funny. All right. Because there was some cool stuff I thought. There, let's see. This is all you have. I don't know what that meant. Hurting all I said. Okay, so there was some responses that I feel like that were spirit. I marked it. I asked for Christopher Talion, his guide, and they said Chris forgot. I don't know if Chris forgot that the session was going on at that time, or he forgot his guide's name. I don't know, but they said his name, and anytime a spirit says a patron's name, I find that always to be amazing. Bottom line, I really do. Then they said, his name is all you blank. I didn't get the last part, but they said right after that, they said his name is all you blank. Those 2 were regarding Christopher Talon's, or him and his question about the guide. So there was something. Yeah, I don't know what that meant. If you didn't forget the session, then I don't know exactly what they were talking about. But they said, Chris forgot. And then right after they said his name is all you blank. And I don't know. You may want to go back and keep listening. After that, it's where's Caleb? Now, that's very interesting. The name Caleb, I've gotten 1 or 2 times before. But the first time I really noticed that name, and that was when Steve was asking about his guides and about who's with him, they said Caleb. And there was something about Michael that, like, Caleb said he's working with Michael, or Michael was working with him, or something like that. I'd have to go back but when I heard that, it just made me think that Caleb has been around for a while, probably, that we didn't know about. He probably has gone back and forth between Steve and I on some level. Very interesting. A bit of a stretch. Didn't you have a guide named Chris, Josh? Maybe he forgot to get in contact with Christopher T's guide. Yeah, that's a bit of a stretch, but yes, I did have a guide named Chris. Probably still do. Just don't hear from them. I don't know. I need a good one too, Pam, as a guide. Yeah. I mean, there was a Chris named, yeah. Thanks, Sally. Just haven't found one that works for me. It was a great session. What are you guys talking about? I need a better meditation. I gotcha. Yeah. I don't know what you're looking for. I mean, you're looking, hey, Steffi, you're looking for like a guided meditation, or you're looking for like TM, like transcendental meditation? I don't know, but there's some things I can help guide you in. Chris, you're saying too many Chris's. There are more Chris's, but the thing is this, is that I brought up your name and I brought you up, and then they repeated it right after. So I know that they were referring to you. So regardless of what Chris was, whatever, I said something about Chris's guide, and they said Chris forgot. Okay, so then I said, or they said, where's Caleb? So that was interesting. That's coincide with the fact I've gotten him before. How does that work? I asked about hearing them in the reading. I was talking about Connie, and I said that we had heard. I was talking to Hazel in the reading, and a spirit says, "How does that work?" That was cool. I liked that. That sounded like maybe like a loved one saying that, because I would think a guide would know. Shortly after I asked for Hazel, a woman's voice says, "I can answer." She says, "I can answer." So I believe that was Hazel saying that. Then an old man says, "Please ignore us." Like he wanted to talk and not be listened in on. I asked for Damian Robertson's father, and they said he was a major. Now that could be a unfinished sentence. He was a major, awesome guy, or he was a major figure in my life. It could have been another part of that sentence, or it could have been in the army and was a major. I think that's probably not the case. To be a major, I think that's pretty far up, but he could have been. I don't know what that means, but he says he was a major. It might have not even been about his dad, George. I don't know. And then I said, he was something. Wow, that's interesting. And they said, yes. And then shortly after that, they said, I wore a gold horse. I wore a gold horse. And then shortly after that, they said, I wore the something. So something about wearing something, and then this gold horse. So that was really cool. Let's see. Then after that, someone said, that's a sound bite. So maybe that was the SCD2, and the spirit was telling me that was the SCD2, but it didn't sound like it. It sounded like he was a major. I wore a gold horse. I wore something else, they said. So then they said, make sure you have something. I don't know what. I asked for Deborah DeFranco. I asked for Big Psych, which was a rapper that she was friends with, business partners with, that rapped on CDs with Tupac. Which is pretty crazy because I used to listen to Big Psych. And when I brought up him and Tupac, they said networking, very clearly networking. Like they're out there networking. I asked for Alicia Winstead's cousin or someone, Bubba. And we've had a couple Bubbas before, but I asked for Bubba, and they said he's calling to heaven. He's calling to heaven. That was interesting. Everyone is welcome to call me Crystal. That's my real first name. Okay, Crystal. Isn't that what we were calling you before? I have to look at it. Crystal already had. Okay. Thanks. Okay. I'm just checking it out. Let's see. Hold on. Was it my Bubba? No, it wasn't your Bubba, Crystal. That's why I said that. Holly's here? Oh, good. Good. All right, so, okay, here we go. Moving on. So I asked for Bubba for Alicia Winstead, and they said he's calling to heaven, something like that. Then I said something about, or I was asking for Isaac Iorio for Gina, which I just did a private session for. They said, be respectful, and I don't know why, because I wasn't being disrespectful. Then they said they want to search, and that was right after I asked about Isaac. So that seemed like it pertained to that. They're pretty good at responding right after and keeping it like relative to what, or, relevant, I should say, to what I was, what I'm saying. And if they do come in later on, it's like they'll bring up the name so that it's not just like a lost statement. It's almost like, because that's happened later on in the session where some of these loved ones come back, or a guide says it. So then I asked for Haley. I asked for Pam for Haley, and shortly after, in a woman's voice, she says, "I watch her." So that's cool. I mean, she sees her, watches her. That's my take on it. Doesn't mean that's. This was really cool. I asked for Steve Huff's dad, Ole. And right as I was saying that, they said that was you, which I don't understand that. But then they said, go to see him. So I don't know if they're saying for me to go see Steve, which I'm sure they would like to, or they were saying go see Ole or something. I don't know, but it felt like it meant it was regarding that. I can't see any of Steph's comments. Why? Pam is here. I'm missing. Pam is here. I'm missing comments too. Can you see mine, Steph? All right, so some of you guys aren't seeing comments of yours. That's weird. I don't know what that would be. Connie is saying that. Is someone, like, is there any kind of, I'm sure no one's blocked here, but I don't know. Yeah, you can't see Connie. Okay. I'm going to keep going, guys. You can work that out. So I asked for Steve. Okay, so I think that had something to do with him. That was that. Then I asked for Freddie Romero, for Janet, and I want to use the something. I don't know. I think it was box. I feel like it might have been box or something, but they say I want to use the something, and it was in a man's voice. I asked for Kathy Smith for her friend Pauline Pop. And they said, send to the light. So I don't know if she actually needs some help of some kind or she was sent to the light. Moving on, I asked for Chris Wildy. I asked for Imogene Claude Hill Tatanine, her mom. And very clearly they say Chris. Now, again, I just brought up Chris Wildy, so it's not going to be Chris Talon. It's not going to be Chris, my guide. It's going to be about Chris. And they say Chris won't let her stay. So I was wondering, does Chris Wildy not want anyone to stay in her home spirit-wise and has kind of made that. And so maybe that they're saying that, like, it's not letting her mom stay there or something. I don't know. Or she said, no, you can't stay here, Mom. You got to go home. You got to go to heaven. I've heard that many times that loved ones will say that. So I wonder if that's what that was about. Then I heard I'm dead. I asked about KJ Belikoff, her guide, Jude, and they said he loves your something. So I ask about the guy, Jude, and they say he loves your, now maybe Jude's a woman for KJ. I don't know. But right after I asked that, they said he loves your something. So I thought that was interesting. I want to look at some of those. Yeah. Okay. Then I hear touch the ears. Touch the ears. I wonder if that's, I've had people do that before. It's got to do with like hypnosis. So I wonder if that had anything to do with like kind of, how like Steve's done the fingers. I've done that too. We've done little things to kind of generate energy. Let's see. I asked for Crystal. I asked for her friend Roger. And they said, Roger hanging out. Roger's hanging out. So that was cool. Oh, okay. Really? KJ says she gets touched on her ears. Interesting. Let's see. Then I hear, I tell my son, I don't know who that was for. That was about like Lizzie. I asked for her dad, Jerry. And then I hear, I tell my son. So I don't know if he's talking about, I don't know if you have a brother, Lizzie, or something. I don't know. But then right after that, very clearly, he says, I'm Jerry. And again, now, why is this not Holly's dad at this one moment? Because I'm just asked for Jerry, or Gerald, but it was Jerry. That was what I said. And then I'm talking about Lizzie. So this is about, Jerry, Lizzie's dad came through and said, I'm Jerry. In that instance, that was at that point. So that was it. Very good. Very clear. I asked about Lonnie's wife's, I think, mother, Mary. They said Mary wasn't. So it wasn't a finished statement, but they said her name. I ask about Laura Stock. She does a lot of missing persons, and she asked about Savannah Spurlock or someone that was missing, and someone said I found her. So that was pretty wild. I think I want to start doing some more I want to start doing some missing persons type stuff. I don't know. I'm going to add it to my list of wants or things to do. Mary Jensen, I asked about her son Bill, and they says Bill wasn't. So again, so they said Mary wasn't, Bill wasn't. So I mean, the only thing I could say is that they weren't there. You know, Mary wasn't here, Bill wasn't here. I don't know. I'm not hearing the here, but it's just my guess. Yes, I'm Jerry. Yeah. So you recognize that. That's what that was. What's cool about this, let's see. I'm going to keep going because there's something. Let's see. Okay. I ask about Heather's dog, Sandy. And they said, wait, where is that? Did I already get to that part? Oh, did I miss that? I did. I went over that. So back here, I asked for Heather's dog, and they said for Sandy. So they said Sandy, the dog's name, earlier in the session. Then over here, when I'm not asking for Sandy, the dog, they say dog behind you. Dog needs walked. And I mean, that's got to be for Heather. That's got to be twice mentioned her dog, Sandy, the name, and then the dog being behind me. So the dog, it's like they brought the dog here or something. I don't know. Then I hear I'm in your house. Then I hear child has told you. Okay. So that's when I start thinking about the whole Frank thing, or someone's here. It's not supposed to be here. Okay. So that's where maybe that's coming in. And then what happened to Ava the other night, that could be all tying in. That's what those were hitting for me. I asked Olivia, we asked for, I think Oliver, who was her grandfather. I didn't realize. I'll send Charlotte. I don't hear Margaret. She thinks it says Margaret. It could say Margaret, but I hear I'll send Charlotte. And then I've blessed him. Some female says I've blessed him. So I do believe that had something to do with Olivia. Pam Grant, we asked for Nathan, her ex-husband, and he said next time. I heard that. That's what I heard. Next time. So he was saying, someone was saying next time. I asked for Janet. I asked for Randy's mom, Janet, and you hear someone say, I'm talking to her. I'm talking to her. So very clearly I asked for Janet, for Randy's mom, and they say, I'm talking to her. So someone was talking to Janet Fredrickson. Let's see. I ask about Brad's grandmother, Laura Ingram or something, I think. England or Ingram. I don't want to see her. Some male says, I don't want to see her. I don't know why. But again, hard to say. It's not about that person I just asked for, who was a female. That's very strange. Someone was saying that. So maybe he had another family member there that was trying to come through for him or whatever. And they were saying that they didn't want to see the grandmother. I don't know. I mean, again, I'm throwing darts, but very interesting. I switched it to my dad. Maybe he showed up. What do you mean you switched it to your dad? I didn't have that. Do I have your dad on the list? No, I must have not changed it. No, I got your mother on here, Randy. So I don't know, somehow, which I'm pretty good. If you left it in the comments, I would have changed it. So, I mean, I asked, but you know what? That is true. It was right after I asked for your mom, and then someone said I don't want to see her. So that could be the case. Maybe it had nothing to do with Brad, because that would be an odd thing after asking for the grandmother that someone would say that. But maybe that was. Someone said I can't believe that. I care to see them. This is cool. Randomly, this is out of nowhere without me asking for anyone yet. I was kind of going through. I was taking a second to say something else. Someone says, hi, Roger, very clearly. And I believe that was for Roger Dale Tyson. Hi, Roger is what they said. That was really strong. I heard that very clearly. And right after the hi, Roger, this voice says, talk to Hazel, very clearly. Not my Roger. No, I don't think it was your Roger, Crystal. I think it was someone saying hi, Roger, to Roger Dale Tyson, because he was saying that it was his first session and he had never had anything come through yet. And someone made sure that they wanted Roger to be, to hear that. And yes, Connie, it was your Hazel. They said, talk to Hazel, so clearly, so good. And it was at a time when I wasn't asking for Hazel. So that was great. That's gold to me, because I didn't just say the name. This was someone on their own accord saying it for your grandmother. So that was really cool. Hazel's my wife's grandmother. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm not saying it's not Roger. I just would say that I asked for a Hazel in the group session, and I say at some point you can come through later on when I'm not calling your name. Just say your name if you come through at a different time. So I would believe if I was a betting man, I would say that would be Hazel May Hughes, Connie's grandmother. I would also say for you, it would be for you. Now, but I don't know why your wife's grandmother would come through to you. I'm not saying that she wouldn't, but why though? You know what I'm saying? It's not, unless you had a wonderful, amazing relationship with her, friendship or something. I don't think so. So I think the hi Roger was for you. And I think the talk to Hazel was for Connie. I ask about Robert Kosterman, and someone says she married. So I don't know what that means. Is someone married? He married, she married. I think it's she married. I will call spirits. And then right after that, they said, I called ahead. I think those two comments were related to each other. It was the guides talking amongst themselves or whatever. I ask for Holly, for Jerry, and someone says she's not over. She's not over, like over on the other side yet. I feel like that could be your, Sandra, or I think that could be your sister. You missed the hi Roger part. Oh man, Roger, that was like one of the highlights for me. I thought you were did you skip through that? You got to watch these sessions from start to finish. It's not just your little section. Don't look for your name. You're going to miss responses. And this is why I go through this, because a lot of you guys do not hear, not a lot of you, but there are quite a few that do not hear the responses. Not that they you hear it and then don't hear what I'm writing. Like, you just miss it completely. And I work so hard, and you guys pay the money and be a part of this. And I just do not want you guys to miss that. Okay. You're welcome. I was kind of freaking out too, because I kind of got the feeling only Josh was seeing my comments. Haha. Now I could see all your comments. Yeah, I could see all your comments. Oh, okay. So you guys unlock something? The kids were around you. Yeah, watch it when you have time. Don't be distracted. One look away and listening to a kid, you'll miss 1-2 responses. So you don't want to do that, because you had a clear as day hi Roger. It was like an excited male. Very cool. Okay, I want to keep going because I don't want to just talk about this the whole time. So moving on. Let's go. What is the okay? So I asked. So she's not over when I asked for Jerry Howard. What is the answer? So I said, who is that male voice? And I said, is that a guide or is that a loved one? And someone goes, what is the answer? Like, there was a spirit that said that. Like, they wanted to know the answer too, and they couldn't answer it. I asked for Steffi Lynn for her archangel, or about the archangel she was. I'm not even going to say the name. And I hear Officer Lynn. Now, I don't know. She was offered a job, a high-ranking job in Washington or something, so that might have something to do with it, she said. Someone said a female said, I came to talk. That could be Mary for, her guide. Steph's guide, Mary. She has a guide that she believes Mary. I asked for Stephen Davis, and someone says, I just drew his house. That was weird. I asked about Tammy Ford, and someone says, and the voice says, Tammy loves you. Tammy loves you. They said, Tammy loves you. I don't know who they were saying that about. I don't think Tammy loves me like that. So it's not, but it was so funny. It was a female voice, and she goes, Tammy loves you. Like it was a very, like a, I know you love everyone. You're a very loving person, Tammy. But the way it was said, you guys are going to have to hear that. It was pretty funny. I asked about Teresa Phillips, Dave Dirksen, her brother. A male voice is always open. So that's cool. I think that might have something to do with her. Tisha Hill has a cousin or someone named Eva. And when I said that, I asked about Tisha Hill. Someone says, I love her jokes. I thought that was cool. I love her jokes. Okay, last page. Here we go. Then they said Eva's inside. I don't think they're talking about my daughter. Again, I just asked for an Eva. I don't think they're talking about my daughter. I asked about Robert Bailey. Is Robert Bailey on the list? Because that's weird that Trina Bailey. Hold on. I just want to see something for a minute. I thought she asked for like a dog. No, she might have asked for a dog too. Or maybe she put her dad back on there. But her dad was back on there. James Robert Bailey. And later on, they say Robert made it. So that's cool. Robert made it. Like he made it to the session. Then I hear again calling down Eva. I believe that had something to do with Tisha Hill. I said, the guides, can you help me connect or help with this? And they said, Josh, I can't. So someone was saying that they couldn't help me or something was going on. Then you hear this wonderfully strong male voice say, thank Holly. Thank Holly. And that's, again, like the hi, Roger, and the talk to Hazel, because that to me was Jerry Howard, Holly's dad. I felt like coming through. He didn't come through at the time when I called his name, but he came through on his own at a different time. Last month was my dog, Chewy. Oh, okay, so you changed it, Trina. Gotcha. Back to Robert. Well, he came through. I heard him very clearly. And so this male voice that said, thank Holly, it was like so cool, so clear and so cool. And I felt like it was her dad. And then after that, I heard can't visit. I think that was a woman that said that. Let's see. I started picking up psychic stuff, like who was there. Like I started seeing things like people in their hair, like curly hair and glasses and like a short bob cut or whatever. And someone says, I can comb my hair. So I bring up hair and someone says I can comb my hair. I thought that was funny. I talk about energy and they said I can feel it. Then again, randomly, not when I asked for them, they said Steve's father came here. So they're talking about Oli. Steve's father came here. God, he has him here, I think. God, he has him here. And then we got angels. So clear. DR60 was kind of spotty. I heard Michael, help us tonight. Something like broken up, then help us tonight. And then this might hurt. And I don't know. Maybe because they were telling me something happened with Michael or something. I don't know. But that was the April session. Pretty amazing. Pretty awesome. And you know what's crazy about it? This is why it's like when I listened initially to that session, first of all, I never listen to a session the night I do the session. I never go and analyze it the night I do it. It's very rare. I may scan through it quickly, but it's very rare I do it. I do that for purpose of I want to detach from what just happened so that when I listen to the session, I'm completely objective, or not completely, but more objective than I was when I just did the session and I feel like something just happened or I feel I heard this. I need to go back and listen in a way where I just feel like I'm sitting down listening to it kind of brand new. And I just looked at something and I just lost my thought on that one. But so initially when I listened to the session the next night and I started going through it, I didn't hear much. And especially the first 15 minutes, as you could see, there was very little responses. So I started to really, oh my God, this sucks. I tried to not burn up so much energy, and I tried to not go so long. And instead I, just got this blase type session. And you also wiped out when no, I wasn't that wiped out. I mean, maybe I was calm, but I don't know if you go back and look at other sessions, you'll see that I'm really wiped out on some other sessions. And so, anyway, it just, as I kept going through it, I noticed more and more responses, and it really takes, it takes days for me to go through it. Josh, what about the very beginning? That was a super clear. No, I know what you're talking about. That was before I turned on I do that. I do that because I can catch something right in the beginning without the reverb sometimes, and it's so clear. And it doesn't happen all the time. So I do that sometimes, but that was without reverb. So that was really, I think, a sound bite. Is there a device you can use to charge the room? No, I mean, I don't know, EM pump, but that kind of creates a shitty kind of energy that they don't like. Appreciate your hard work. Why is that held for review? YouTube is so weird. They hold the dumbest shit sometimes. This month, this is what we're going to do. I said it in the post. This is what I want to do. Okay. All of you and more of you that are not live watching, if you're watching this if you're rewatching this after, or you're watching it after it was recorded, please download Discord. It's a free app. Just try it. Get to the Hope chat and electromagnetic frequency, electromagnetic power. That's what EMF is. I think that's what you're. Oh, I see. You were retyping it. Download Discord, because we're going to try something. I am going to tell you guys when I'm doing the session. It's going to be at a certain time. Like it'll be like one of the Friday nights or something. So I won't do a live. I'll just do, and I'm not going to do it live on video. So you're not going to be able to watch me while you're on Discord. You will be on Discord. You will all sit there with your microphones muted. 30, 40 of you, however many of you come on, and you'll sit there, and I'll let you guys stay on the phone. I'm not going to hang up. I'm going to do the session pretty much with the phone on speaker, sitting there, where you can be a fly on the wall in a sense. But when I start to go, I'm going to print up the list. So I'm going to have the list. So I'm going to, you're still going to type on who you want as a loved one, I guess, just in case. Just for the purpose, so I can see it, and it's on the list. We're setting intention, so I'm going to have the list, and what I'm going to do is, you guys are going to read the Patreon message. Okay, I will. I got you. It's hard to explain. Okay, you guys are talking about it. All right. So you're going to sit there. I'm going to do my session just like you just watched in the video. If you watched the group session, and it's not going to be, I guess, alphabetical or whatever. It doesn't really matter. However Patreon or Discord puts the names in, you guys are going to sit there in the chat room. It's hard to hear sometimes with the echoes and other noises coming through open mics. Well, this is good. All right, that's fine. Everyone that's on Discord, when we do this, you're going to mute your phone. You're going to mute your microphone. You're going to hear, but you're going to mute. You're not listening for responses in real time. I'm barely hearing them in real time, and I'll be in the same room. We're going to do this because this is a way, whenever I do a private box session with you guys, with individuals, we always get responses, sometimes more than others. But when you read the lady message I sent, okay, got you. You are going to ask out loud for your loved one. You're not going to take long to do it. You're going to say, so I'm going to go, okay, now it's Roger's turn. So go ahead, Roger. And then you'll say, yep, I'm asking for this person. What was it that left me. I don't know. Like, what do you want to tell me? I don't know. Whatever question it is that you have, you're going to just ask it, and then you're going to go right back to muting your phone. So you're not going to take long. You're not going to ask 2 questions. You're not going to drag it out. It's going to be just I'm asking for this person. Do you visit me at night? Bam, mute the phone, and that's it. I'm going to give it a couple seconds, focus on it, and focus my energy on it. But if 40 or 50 of you out of 90 ask for your loved ones, one, you're going to use your energy as well, not just burn up mine, which I don't care about using my energy. It's just that I think this is going to work better. You're going to directly ask for them. This may really have something to it. It may not. It may be a pain in the ass. It may take long. It may not be able to be heard, but we're going to try it. So I think it's a great way to try to get you guys more involved, because I've done 12 of these group sessions and I love doing them for you. And we've gotten responses on every single one of them. I mean, it's a lot. But yeah, it's positive thoughts. Yeah, I know, Crystal. But hey, Tracy, but this is a new way to do it. I got to keep coming up with new things. Some of the other things I want to talk about real quick, because we just burned up an hour pretty quickly. Don't shush me, Crystal. So there's a bunch of people out there, not a bunch of people. There's a couple different companies out there that organize events and do things and put things together. I found a company that's a really like a mom and pop kind of cool operation, and they put on events. They've done events for Ancient Aliens, the show. They've done events for the TWC, the Wrath Chasers. They've done events. They've done paranormal cruises. They organize it. And so they're going to do, if everything goes well, and they're not, and they're honest people, which I could see that they are, and we work out our splits and everything's going to, be okay. They're going to organize 2 events for us in the future for Steve and I. We have a call with them next week, so we'll see how it goes. But their first event, and they're setting it. We're tentatively talking right now. The first event will be in New Orleans in the fall of 2019, so this year. And then we've got Steve is really adamant about it, and I think it would be really cool. The tickets are like $7. Okay. We don't know the price on the New Orleans situation yet. It will be a weekend. It will be a Friday, Saturday, checkout Sunday kind of thing. I don't know what the tickets will cost. I don't know what the particulars will be. The cruise that we are planning on, again, tentatively doing, those tickets are like $700, $800, $900. So I don't know who's going to be going on these cruise on this cruise. But apparently this company gets people to go on these cruises with no-name paranormal people. And I'm not saying I'm a name. Steve would be more of a name than anybody in that sense because of his followers and all that. But, I guess people think, okay, that's cool. It's something I want to do, and it's going on a vacation. So it's not a complete, it's like a 2-for-1 kind of thing. But he really wants to do a cruise, and I'm not fighting him on it. I think it's a good idea. I think it's cool. I just know the tickets are just going to be like $600, $700, $800. But the New Orleans event is, so it's going to happen. We're forging on. Steve and I cannot plan them together. We just can't do it. We can't run them. We can't check people in. So, these people will do that. They'll kind of run them. So we'll see. So we've got that working. What else? There was something else I wanted to bring up. I don't know. There was. Can I video? Yeah, you can video. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much of it you're going to video. You don't want to video everything that we're doing, but yeah, you can video different parts of it if that's what you're talking about. Guys could probably split cabins. I mean, who knows? You guys could probably share things. I mean, this is going to be offered to everyone, not just patrons. So we'll see how this works out and how many are going to come, or you know, who's going to strap a body cam on you the whole time, just stream the whole thing the whole time. Yeah. Anyway, that's about it. I'm not, no, I know you're kidding, Tim. We're going to do, I'm not doing a DR60 tonight because I'm going to get done. And I think I'm going to take a couple minutes and meditate and relax. And then I'm going to probably turn on the box for a few and see where it goes. You don't fly, Randy, but you'll drive. Okay, well, you might have a long drive ahead of you with that one, being at the northwest corner of the country. But you are more than welcome, brother. You are invited. I'm planning on going on a cruise. That would be amazing. Cool. Are we VIP? Yeah, patrons will be offered something, you know, a little bit better or some kind of perk, I would think. Definitely GoPro. Where are you in? He's in he's in Oregon or something. He's in Washington or Oregon. I have a friend to room with. Yep. Cool. Do you meditate daily, Josh? Yes, I do. If Michael isn't around, who is? I do not know. Good question, Trina. I don't know. I do not know what's going on the other side. And it's interesting, and I would like to know. But I've also released some of the obsessive nature that I have of wanting to figure it out. You know, I can't always figure it out. I just gotta sometimes just be like, hey, you know, they were there before I had a DR60. You know, the DR60 is what changed that. It really did. You know, I mean, I had moments where I communicated intuitively, and it might have, but it was always with Jesus more than anything. The box would tell me Bob was there. Box would tell me, but before I even knew it, that Michael was there, they would say it. But when the DR60 came into play, that changed the game. That really solidified the fact that there were spirits that were around me all the time, and they were right there all the time next to me. That was where it really kind of, it wasn't freaky. It was just a more surreal feeling like, holy crap. Like they're really there all the time, you know, and there's something bigger going on that I may never understand until I actually pass away and go to the other side, you know. Pick up Susan in the Bay Area, Randy. All right, bring plenty of soup. It's so hard to let go of the outcome, isn't it? Absolutely. I don't know what you're talking about, but yes, I agree with you. Confirmation. Yeah, you're talking about just getting the results. Yeah. After the holy crap, it's okay. This is nice. Okay. Set up your Google Roots. Yeah, I'm just reciting what you guys are talking about. Soup. It's just a joke, Connie. Randy said he eats soup all the time, and I love soup. So I don't know. That's all. I had that this month. Yeah. Few people are having that, you know, people are having some really surreal, eye-opening experiences. I mean, it's really wild. Questions, comments, anything else before we sign off tonight? Because I am going to prepare to do this session, I think. So it was mentioned last month in a group night, wasn't it? The soup? Oh, I don't know, Heather. I'm talking about the results, right, Holly? I gotcha. I'll be abducted before then. I'll have them drop me at the boat. Who's abducting you, Roger? Aliens? I saw that. I saw what DMT people see. Oh, yeah? I've done DMT. Yeah. Psilocybin. Amazing. Amazing. Small doses, controlled. Irresponsible, will help level your ego and let you see things for what they are. It's amazing. Even Bill Wilson did it, the creator of Alcoholics Anonymous 12 Steps. It's amazing. One should never underestimate. Okay, hold on. What are you guys going on? What are you saying here? What is that vape again? This is the Juul. This is what helped me quit cigarettes. I've never been able to quit cigarettes without a good vape, and this one did it for me. The power of soup. The power of soup is very powerful, Valerie. Is the session for the spirit in your house? I'm going to ask about it. I'm probably going to address Alma. I'm going to address Frank. I'm going to make my feelings known about it. I already did that closing elephant session, so I feel like it's been fine since then. So I'm not trying to reopen a whole other can of worms. But since finding out this information about Alma and Frank and a picture of Alma, you know, where is she? There she is. You know, that I think it's important that I address that after finding that. And I said I was going to do that, and I'm going to do that. She lives off of soup, makes a new one every week. I love soup. I love it. Can't say enough about it. Oh, psilocybin is awesome. It is. Microdoses. You are correct. You see, you guys know what's up. You guys know what's up. Changed my life. See? Yeah. Yeah. I don't have any new photos of Frank and Alma. I have not found anything else on Frank or Alma. I have not. Can we all list our locations by state, assuming we want to, so we can share rides? I mean, yeah. I mean, you guys can start kind of figuring that out once the event is posted. I wouldn't get too ahead of ourselves yet, but I just got that. Good. Okay, I'm trying the Juul as well. Wish me luck. The Juul is amazing. If you were a real smoker, this is the only thing that actually satisfies the smoking urge. Shrooms, yes. Yep. It's not an addictive substance. It's not anything you will die from. It's one of the safest things you can. You may not feel like that in the moment when you're peaking, but it is. I'm openly expressing that I am in support of responsibly doing certain psychedelics to enhance spiritual experiences. Absolutely. Okay. I used to grow them. Oh, that's cool. Love the Juul CBD oil. That's good too. CBD in there, a little anti-inflammatory. Very nice. Let's not talk about that anymore. Okay. I need get a Juul, Roger. Okay. Good visual. Okay. All right, guys. What else? Anything else before this? An hour and 7 minutes. Good stuff. We talked about the group session. I told you about the events. It's happening. We're going to make that happen. It's going to happen. I'm going to do a session tonight. I'll let you know what happens with that. You know the plans for this month's group session. I have not posted the schedule yet. I will, but I haven't posted the schedule yet. I'm going to make the schedule out. People that have booked readings and private box sessions, I will be getting back to you guys with availability. Remember, I can only do one a week. I thought you typed gherkin. I thought he did too. Isn't that funny, Connie? I'm like, what is he smoking? Pickles? All right, I got to get off with you guys. I love you all. I could stay on here and just keep reading your comments all night. I just start doing that. I'm like, huh? The next one, and the next one. The pickle juice, man. Like, it's so funny. You guys are great. My extended family, my true extended family. All right. I love you all. Stop saying you smoke Xanax, Crystal. I hate seeing that. Stop saying that. I'm trying to give Crystal a couple of little love pats, All right, guys. Love you all. You have a great night.